The sun rises over a quiet desert. There is no sound of war, no warning siren. Then, a single breath of time, light becomes brighter than the sun itself. In that instant, the world changes forever. This is not just the story of a weapon. This is the story of fear, genius, urgency, and a choice that still echoes across human history. The invention of the atomic bomb did not begin with hatred or destruction. It began with curiosity. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, scientists around the world were trying to understand the smallest building blocks of matter. Atoms were once thought to be solid and indivisible. That idea did not last. In 1896, a French scientist named Henri Becquerel discovered radioactivity by accident. A few years later, Marie and Pierre Curie found new elements that released enormous energy from their cores. These discoveries were quiet at first, limited to labs and journals, but they revealed something shocking. Inside the atom was power far greater than anyone had imagined. Science was opening a door. No one yet knew what would come through it. By the 1930s, physics had become a global race of ideas.
Considering the angular momentum, how does this affect the precession of the gyroscope?
I believe the vector changes here.
Let us verify with
Scientists
the formula.
across Europe debated how atoms behaved under extreme conditions. In 1938, German chemists Otto Hahn and Fritz Strassmann discovered nuclear fission. When the nucleus of a uranium atom split, it released energy and more neutrons. Those neutrons could split other atoms. This meant one thing: a chain reaction was possible. If controlled, it could produce power. If uncontrolled, it could produce an explosion unlike anything the world had seen. At the same time, politics were darkening. Nazi Germany was rising. Jewish scientists were being forced to flee Europe. Many of them carried knowledge that would soon become dangerous in the wrong hands. In 1939, a letter reached the White House. It was signed by Albert Einstein, the most famous scientist alive. The letter warned that Germany might be trying to build a new kind of bomb using uranium. Einstein was not a weapons builder. He was a pacifist. But he feared what could happen if others acted first. The United States government listened, slowly at first. Then, after the attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941, everything changed. America was now fully at war. Fear turned into urgency. The decision was made to begin a secret project on a massive scale. Its goal was simple to state and terrifying to imagine: build an atomic bomb before anyone else. The project was called the Manhattan Project. Its name was deliberately misleading. In reality, it stretched across the entire country. Factories, laboratories, and secret cities appeared almost overnight. Visual sweep of maps showing multiple locations. At its center was Los Alamos, New Mexico, a remote place chosen for its isolation. Here, some of the world's greatest minds were brought together. Physicists, chemists, engineers, and military officers worked side by side. The scientific leader was J. Robert Oppenheimer. He was brilliant, intense, and deeply thoughtful. He understood physics at the highest level. He also understood poetry and philosophy. This combination would later haunt him. Around him were scientists like Enrico Fermi, Richard Feynman, and Niels Bohr. Many were refugees. Many believed they were racing against time itself. Building the bomb was not one problem. It was thousands. Uranium had to be enriched, separating rare atoms from common ones. Plutonium had to be created inside nuclear reactors that had never existed before. Every step pushed technology beyond its limits. industrial footage of massive machines spinning dials. Two different bomb designs emerged. One used uranium, the other used plutonium and required a perfect spherical implosion. If even one calculation was wrong, the bomb would fail. The pressure was constant. The workdays were long. Secrecy was absolute. Many workers did not even know what they were building. They were told it was for the war effort, nothing more. By the summer of 1945, Germany had surrendered. The original fear that drove the project was gone. But the bomb was almost ready. The war in the Pacific continued, and Japan showed no sign of surrender. On July 16, 1945, the first atomic bomb was tested in the New Mexico desert. It was called the Trinity test. At 5:29 in the morning, the device exploded. Witnesses struggled to describe what they saw. A fireball rose into the sky. The desert turned to glass. The sound arrived seconds later, like the tearing of the earth. Oppenheimer later recalled a line from an ancient text. "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." In that moment, theory became reality. The bomb worked. Now came the hardest question. Should it be used? American leaders believed that an invasion of Japan would cost millions of lives, both Japanese and Allies. They believed the bomb could end the war quickly. Others argued for a demonstration, a warning, or continued negotiation. There was no clear moral answer, only a decision. On August 6, 1945, a single bomber flew over the city of Hiroshima. At 8:15 a.m., the bomb was dropped. It exploded in the air above the city. City map dissolving into white flash. In seconds, tens of thousands of people were killed. Buildings vanished. Fires spread everywhere. Survivors wandered through ruins, burned and blinded. Searching for family members who were already gone. 3 days later, a second bomb was dropped on Nagasaki. Soon after, Japan surrendered. World War II was over, but another era had begun. The world reacted with shock and fear. Newspapers spoke of a new age. Some celebrated the end of the war. Others warned that humanity had crossed a line it could never return from. The scientists who built the bomb were divided. Some felt relief. Some felt pride. Many felt regret. Oppenheimer later opposed the development of even more powerful nuclear weapons. His stance would cost him his political influence. Visual of Oppenheimer testifying, "Lights harsh."
He knew the world would not be the same. Few people laughed. Few people cried. Most people were silent. I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince that he should do his duty, and to impress him, takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." I suppose we all thought that.
The invention of the atomic bomb reshaped global politics. Nations raced to build their own. The Cold War was born from mutual fear. The idea of total destruction became a form of balance. Children practiced hiding under desks. Missiles waited in silos. The bomb was never used again in war, but it was always present in the background of human life. Today, the atomic bomb remains a symbol. It represents human intelligence at its peak and human violence at its worst. It shows how knowledge itself is neither good nor evil. It depends on the choices made by those who hold it. The scientists unlocked the power of the atom. They could not control how it would be remembered. As the last witnesses fade into history, the question remains, what do we do with the power we create? The story of the atomic bomb is not over. It is still being written every day by the decisions we make next.